I think I've been giving too much favour to some of the other biomes, and for this one I thought I'd bring you to the sunny tropics. Light rays are creating a very nice effect through the bamboo forest, which is somewhat appropriate because the topic of this quick video is light and fire. They're both very important for you to get in our Naturel. Just as important as, if not more so, as in regular Minecraft, because you can't sprint forever to get away from creatures, and just because we don't have zombies, skeletons, or any other of those sort of unnatural dead things doesn't mean there isn't still danger at night. But there are significant differences, so listen up. Alright, first difference. In base Minecraft, your bread and butter is typically going to be, generating torches from these sticks and coal, but guess what? Doesn't work the same way in our Naturel. No, you're starting, well, first of all, when you make them, you'll make a realistic torch, which is completely unlit. Which is not unuseful, but it doesn't provide any light. No, your first likely source of light, heat, and fire is going to be these sticks, because you can combine them into these fire sticks, and that gives you a very limited ability to produce fire, which produces some light and some heat, but you'll probably want a more permanent and controllable and safe and sane source than that. So I will just add, in survival mode, don't be too proud to set the forest on fire if you need a source of light and heat for the night. I've survived one or two things in my testing runs, basically burning down a forest because I have nowhere else to shelter and can't get any supplies. But the fire sticks can't be used on the realistic torches. What they can be used on is going to be one of your very early base staples of fire source. Campfires. 3 major pieces of wood, 3 sticks, an unlit campfire. Place the campfire down in a location, get your sticks, light it, a source of heat, light and fire. And pollution, if you want to watch the pollution video. Cool. Now, it's a bit hot in the tropics here, so might just turn that off for now. Yeah. You get some coal back from campfires, but not the campfires themselves if you break them. Campfires do... Actually, let's see if we have any spare ones. Campfires go out over time. Will last you roughly 1 real Minecraft night. You can restock them with other materials that are burnable. Let's see if this works. There we go. That resets the or refuels the campfire for a limited thing, but it will still go out. It's not a permanent thing. It just keeps the campfire going a bit longer once it's burnt some fuel. All right. Let's go down. Oh, getting nice and balmy here in the tropics. All right. What's next? Campfires. Things. So, I mean, those are your basic staples. Once you have enough to, advance enough to craft up the flint and steel, then you can use your realistic torches. And unlike your fire sticks, these can light the unrealistic torches. Realistic torches. Now, for this next little demo, I'll also use the campfire here. Realistic torches have a limited burn time, as do campfires, but they also have another property, if you bear with me. A little bit cooling, that's nice. But you don't want to be caught out in the elements, not with your base fires, because, yeah, they're going to start going out, leaving you in darkness. Those will go out too in time, but I'll stop hopefully before they do. Alright, so campfires go out, campfires need to be lit, torches go out. If you break the torches, you get back unlit ones. You can also craft up these matchboxes. I'll leave you to find the recipe themselves with paper and redstone and gunpowder, which you have to craft from various things. Both flint and steel and the matchboxes can be used to light arbitrary fires everywhere. You get slightly more uses from the matchboxes than you do from the flint and steel. And they can be used to light torches like so. Another ability is to take the realistic torch, find the matchbox, and get a realistic torch. So now you can carry it around and place it down pre-lit. As far as I know, it will still go out though. It's still a realistic torch. Now, I've made some decisions with respect to game design. There are ways to get permanent and non-polluting fire and light sources. The general way to do that is to try to find a source of the permanent torches. There's a variety of recipes and options. One of them is to find these two sort of natural sort of oily components from animals. Another is to find the anthracite ore, all possibly a bit rare. Let's see if I can craft them up anyway. I've already forgotten how. Anthracite, torch, blubber, boom, and blubber, boom. These are permanent torches. Hey, they'll burn forever. Break down into their lit components. Another form of... But they are, I believe, polluting ever so slightly. So, keep that in mind. A form of permanent non-polluting light source is to craft up a lantern. And to craft up a lantern, you need both iron and a permanent torch. Oh. Let's go grab our iron. Come over here. Craft it into thingies for each ingot. Plus that in there, surround it with iron, and that gives you a lantern. Now the lantern will not go out, it will not go out in weather, and it will not pollute. So you can use lanterns, once you've advanced a fair bit, to permanently light up your home. You can also carry them in your hand. Let's see, times 7. And they'll create this nice lighting effect around you. Give you a little bit of light. Oh, now, what else can be said? There are other recipes for permanent torches. The lighting in our Naturel is sort of paradoxically easier and harder than in base Minecraft. To sort of climb the lighting ladder, it takes a little bit longer. But there are permanent sources, and there's far more varied sources of lighting. Another way of generating the permanent torches is to craft up some glowstone. Turn it into some glowstone paste. I don't know if I'll get this right. Oh, glowstone paste. Okay. Glowstone is also craftable in our Naturel. You do it via redstone and gold nuggets, I believe. Yeah, there we go. So a little bit of glowstone dust, clay, and water gives you glowstone paste. Glowstone paste and... No, glowstone paste and... Oh, now I've got to remember. Is it glowstone paste and realistic torches that turns into thingies? Yes! Haha! So, once you've lit a torch, apply some glowstone paste, the whole thing will be lit permanently. There you go. And those can also be used to carry things around. So that's your sort of basic options. You can get to lighting, but it's a lot harder to get permanent working lighting in our Naturel. Now, I say harder, but again, there's yet another possible source of lighting, which is the natural lighting elements. Not necessarily needing to be crafted, which you can find in your environment. I'll place these down just so you can see what they do. They have relative strengths and weaknesses depending on the biomes you find themselves in. They will light to different levels, but if you can find them, that's another way to sort of jump out of the jump up the ladder, the hierarchy of lighting needs. But obviously, unless you farm them in some way, and I don't know, there's too many to me to comment on exactly how and in which ways you can farm all of them, you'll probably be limited in other ways by choosing to use them for lighting. But some of them are very pretty, some of them provide different levels of light. Obviously from base Minecraft, I think there's still candles, things like that. So you really are replete with lighting options. Let's do that before I die. Yeah, now, again, oh, I guess it should be said, technically. Where are we here? Do I have anything that can actually go in a furnace? I mean, wood, I guess. Technically, it should be mentioned. Furnaces also are providers of heat and light. They're, yeah, a good thing to light up your safety hole and provide some heat at the night if you don't have enough other resources. So take that into account when you're trying to survive. Ooh. Yeah, more or less, that's your basics of lighting. I'm sure there's some things I've left out, and there's as many recipes to find as there are things in our Naturel. You've still got glowstone lamps and redstone lamps and things like that, and all sorts of other things which you can craft through a various hierarchy of all of the goodies that you get. But generally, I think for your starting days of survival, either find natural sources if you're in such a biome, or you're probably going to want to go for campfires, furnaces, maybe as you progress to flint and steel, fire, and the realistic torches to survive and light through the night. Yeah, that's lighting in a nutshell. Now, very important. Now you might be able to survive the night. Cheers.